You're listening to the Savoir Faire audio experience.
Are you ready?
The Savoir Faire experience is your guide to everything that has to do with lifestyle. From dating, rides, style, and entertainment. All brought to you by the editor of Savoir Faire magazine, Robert White. Anything goes on this audio experience. So, let's go.
It's still the best.
Hello, and welcome to the Savoir Faire podcast. This is officially episode number 4, but it feels like episode number 1 because we are in a brand new studio. We have upgraded everything that we were doing, from cameras to audio to microphones to you name it. We have upgraded it, even the background and the backdrops. I'm super excited about this podcast and definitely interested in working on making it go a whole lot farther than we have right now. I'm really interested in the 3 different platforms that we've created for ourselves with this new remodel, and one of those being this one that you guys can see right now. And you're wondering why I just said see, because it's just me, and we're now launching our podcast over on the YouTube page. We have a Savoir Faire magazine page where you can actually go see the video of the podcast being recorded now, which is something new that we didn't have before. We just had an audio option, but now you have the audio and you can watch me talk on YouTube. The other platform, not the other platform, but the other concept we have for this show is that we have the ability to now have in-studio guests, and I'm excited to get that schedule kicked off and get some people in the door to sit down with us and talk. That'll also be on YouTube, and you'll see and hear some guests on our future podcasts. The other option is call-ins, and that's the one that I'm most excited about because I know that people that I admire, people that you admire, are extremely busy folks, and if we can catch them on a phone call, it's a lot easier to get them on a phone call than it would be to have them come to New York and sit down with us in studio. So I'm really excited about all 3 of these formats and these ideas, and these are things that will happen in the future coming out, so make sure you're paying attention. I actually started working on my schedule this morning. We've got some really cool guests scheduled for our podcast, so it's definitely something you're going to want to subscribe to and pay attention, because we want to be that next up-and-coming huge podcast that takes over the internet, and well, we need your help to be able to do that. Listening, subscribing, and being a part of our community is the way we're really going to be able to get that stuff to work. So here's something else we have going on. The Savoir Faire brand, Savoir Faire magazine in general, has taken on another revamp. This is kind of like, it's one of those things for me, like, when you move around the furniture in your living room so you feel like you're in a different room. I have that disease. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a disease, but whatever that thing is, I have that. So I put a lot of time and energy and effort into what do I really want Savoir Faire to be, and something I can really get excited about every morning to go and work on. And so we have remodeled and changed some stuff. We're not going to be that very traditional magazine that just puts out content all day long, where everyone's kind of engaging with the content, the stories that we're talking about. We've changed that platform to evolve a little bit more into the Savoir Faire brand in general. So what we're hoping to do in the future is teach people, men and women both, about Savoir Faire and what it is to be well-spoken and to create a lifestyle around being confident. And that's the term that is going to be used a lot with our magazine, with the podcast, and some other things that we're working on that are going to come out on our website. So, if you want to go check some of that stuff out and keep track of that, it's going to be savfaire.com, SAVFAIRE.com. That's the website. There will be a lot of cool and fun, unique things coming in the future. So, follow up with us on occasion. You can also trace us down on social media. We have a Twitter account. We've got Instagram. We've got Facebook. We will have YouTube. Obviously, we have this audio experience that you're listening to now. All of those are under Savoir Faire Mag. So SAVFAIREMAG, Savoir Faire Mag. So you can go follow us and engage with our stuff. We have a lot of cool things going on. A lot of pieces that we had that were part of Savoir Faire, we did not take away. We're still doing entertainment interviews in the magazine. You're going to see and meet a lot of new people that are up and coming or people that are established. If you follow and subscribe to the magazine, we still have our Savoir Faire model search. That will never go away. It's an incredible opportunity for someone who may not have a big following or may not have a lot of exposure to be discovered. And we love that because every year we get to bring a really cool, unique person to New York City, and we shoot a cover with them with an amazing team and give them an experience that they might not get otherwise through that platform. And so that's something that we really appreciate. You know, another piece of that we really like is that it gets us involved with charities and other organizations that we really want to work with. And so right now we're working with a really excellent charity, and you can go over on our websites. That's savfairmodelsearch.com to learn more about that charity and what's going on over there. So we're officially into episode 4. Really was excited just to tell you guys all about this new stuff, and hope you'll go over and subscribe on the YouTube channel and check some stuff out. But I also wanted to get into a little bit of a topic today. And so because we're chasing down this confidence opportunity, and we're chasing down this well-spoken savoir-faire man and woman philosophy, we wanted to dip into what really makes people confident, how much confidence really is a lifestyle, which is our new concept. And so I want you to think about this. When most people think about the word confidence, at least when I think about confidence in general, for the longest time, I always thought confidence was just a behavior. It was that person's confident, or she's very confident, he's very confident. It was the way they present themselves to the world. Those are the kind of things that I assume confidence was, until I really did some strong research into this, and I realized there really is a lifestyle. To be that person that walks in a room and demands attention or gains attention from everybody, there's a lot of other little things that have to be developed and worked on. And what do you do like in the aftermath of that too? Like, what if that person walks into the room, I'm really impressed with who they are, and I want to go learn more about them. I want all of their livelihood, basically, their social media accounts, their backstory, their future story, what their dreams are, their legacy, what they present themselves. Like, all that stuff has to just ooze the word confidence. And so that's a big piece of what Savoir Faire is going to be about going forward, being able to create that lifestyle choice. And so I want to dip into one piece of that. I was on with a friend a few days ago, and we were talking about one of the worst things on the internet right now. We were talking about online dating, believe it or not. And so we were talking about our different experiences on that and how you can really present yourself as a confident person and really get your point across without being able to have much more than a photo be the whole reason why people will engage with you. And so I thought that, there's a lot of people that are basically going off of the photo for sure, right? So the confidence aspect has to come into getting a really solid photo created for your profile if you're online dating. The other piece of that is wording. Like, fellas, this is a downfall for us, okay? Women have talked to me about online dating. Men have talked to me about online dating, all so I can get ready to come here and talk to you about it. And the downfall that I heard from women was men just don't have substance on online dating. They're not really putting a lot of content and information into their profile. So, fellas, here's your step-by-step guide on building up your profile so you look like the Savoir Faire confident guy, and you will get more engagement and more attraction on dating sites. So we're going to break this down into 3, okay, just 3 steps that I want you to take, and these are things you probably didn't think of, but things that you should think of. Here's the deal. I want you to take your cell phone, and I want you to get with a friend, and I want you to go around your town, and I want you to take pictures of yourself outside of your house, okay? Outside. Be outside. About 80% of the women that we had talked to said that men doing things, being active, being outdoorsy, are more attractive than you sitting at your computer playing a video game, or you in the house on the couch petting your dog. Like, people love dogs too. Girls were going nuts over some of the dog stuff, but walk your dog and get someone to take a photo of that. Like, you're looking for what they call in the modeling world that editorial or that lifestyle kind of photo shoot. And you want to do that with something simple like your cell phone or generic camera if possible. You don't need to spend a lot of money to get this done. Go to your local coffee shop, sip on a coffee, and have someone take a photo. Go to a restaurant that you really love and put a big pile of spaghetti in front of yourself and get ready to dip into that with a silly face on your face and take a picture of that. Go out hiking and take a picture of you hiking. Like, just get someone to get some behind the scenes shots of your life. Swinging a golf club, throwing a football, whatever you're into, whatever your hobbies and stuff are, do it with pictures, okay? So go out, do a little photo shoot, have a little impromptu photo shoot with a friend, get a bunch of cool content. Now, if you go too high end with these photos, people are going to know that you seriously put the effort into that stuff. It's not just like, oh, well, John probably paid somebody to go and do all these photo shoots for him and put this stuff on his profile. You don't want that. You want your friend to do it. You want to be like, oh, John's a popular guy. Why do so many people take pictures of John? I think that's kind of the idea of persuading people to think that there's a little bit more to you substance-wise than there may be. Now, I don't want you to lie about who you are. If you're one of those people that likes to sit around the house a lot and you work on the computer all day or something, then you're going to have to be a little bit more perspective on what these photos are going to be, have a little bit more fun with them, but just get outside, guys. Get outside, take some photos. And for those people that live in cold climates, I'm sorry for that tip, but it's necessary. This also allows you to show off some of your style too, okay? Be creative. Don't dress up to the nines. I don't need to see you guys out in a full 7-piece suit or something, sipping on some coffee in a photo. You want to work on getting into something like, something more casual, a fall or winter sweatshirt if you're living in the Northeast right now, or, some kind of surfer clothes or something if you're on the West Coast, things that are going to be engaging and comfortable for you based on the weather currently. And the other thing is, guys, if you spend like 3 or 4 months on a social dating site and you don't get any hits, then you're going to have to update your photos to change with the season. I think that's really important too. It shows effort. It shows that you're actually looking. But that's one part. So part one is go out with a friend, get some photos. Now, if you don't have a friend, go get a selfie stick and figure this stuff out. But I want you to get some really cool photos of yourself doing activities and doing things that people, you're kind of showing off what you like, okay? Number 2. Your profile, okay? I want your profile to be nice. I want you to put some context in there. I do not want you to write, hey, ladies, if you're interested in me, swipe right with a wink face. Like, that's just calling people out, okay? That's a Tinder thing. Don't do that. Really dig into who you are and talk about yourself. What do you do for work? What excites you? What are things that are on your bucket list? Try to find things that are unique about you, that you can write down that will also engage conversation. So when she writes to you, she doesn't have to just be like, hey, John, love your photo. I mean, ladies don't like that crap, neither do guys, okay? You need some more context. To be like, oh, that's really cool that you were in Paris last year. What's your next adventure? Like, you're looking for some really cool opportunities. So put some context in your profile. Now, best foot forward. Make sure you're using a platform like Grammarly, or you're getting an editor involved if your English is not that great. Honestly, make sure that stuff's really clean, because you're going to find some really intelligent, smart woman who's going to be beautiful and perfect for you, and she's going to read your profile and find out that you spelled the word where wrong, or used it the way it shouldn't have been, or whatever that may be, and all of a sudden you're going to lose interest. She's going to lose interest. So get some spelling police in there and have them soup up everything, make sure it looks nice and clean, and try to present yourself in a fun and unique and confident way, okay? Now, in writing, there's ways to write to give yourself a boost in confidence and a boost in what you're putting out there. Try to work on some of that stuff, okay? Like, let me think of an example for you. I would say an example would be, I'm a fun-loving, outgoing, crazy guy. That would be a negative example. I would write something that boosts a little bit more confidence, like, the last time I was in New York City, I was at New York Fashion Week, and you're describing something that's just a little bit more above and beyond what, like, most people. I guess you want to add some detail. to your text, and that, I think that gives off a very confident kind of aspect. Like, I'm not just going to say I'm confident. I'm going to tell you a story about when I was confident, and this is what happened. Let them decide for themselves. This is a very confident guy. Look at, he's talking about this trip to New York and going to Fashion Week and meeting these celebrities, and he wasn't like screaming like a little fanboy inside when this happened. So there's something there. So that's an idea. So first thing, go get a really promptu photo shoot. Number 2, work on your own profile. Make sure it's detailed and it is engaging, and like you're writing an essay. Like, you got to write something positive about yourself and give yourself paragraphs, not just sentences. Third step, okay? This is probably the most important step. When you're engaging with other people, when you're going after these ladies on on these dating sites, Instagram, wherever you're finding people, I guess. I don't know why I said Instagram. We're talking about dating sites. When you're going after them, you want to pursue in a confident manner, in a very in a very polite manner. You want to have a very, I'm trying to come up with all these words off the top of my head here. You want to go into this being confident, being not too pushy. Keep all your private things private. Like, if you're one of those guys that's very flirtatious and like, I'll talk about anything, I talk about sex on the first date, that's not okay. Don't even talk about that. Like, sex is not a topic that you're going to talk to with this person until like date number 3. There's a 3-date rule, all that stuff. Like, don't even bring it up. Don't even talk about it. We're not trying to get hooked up here. We're trying to find a really solid woman. You're interested in her. That's why you're writing to her in the first place. There's something about her. Make sure that you're writing and telling her something about herself that's not in a photo. There's the secret right there, okay? You don't want to go and be like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. What are you doing Friday night? That's a no. Oh my gosh, you have beautiful hair. I would love to comb it. That's just kind of weird. I don't even know why I came up with that one, but these are things you're not going to do anyway. So you don't want to comment on the photo unless, here's maybe a side rule, unless it's something like really cool that doesn't involve her directly. Like, maybe she was on a traveling adventure, maybe there's a picture of a dog or a cat or who knows what, like something that you can pick from that photo that's not, that first message is not directly about her, okay? And you're going to read her profile, get some information about her, who she is, make sure she's got that kind of long profile and she's given, like what I said in rule number 2, and then you can dip into sending over a message. And the message should include something about maybe... it's got to include something from her profile, something that you read in her profile, something that's unique that you guys both connect on, and give her a story. Give her something more than just be like, okay, so let's just say she likes hiking. Everyone fucking likes hiking. Let's just say she likes hiking, okay? You don't want to have an open-ended option. You'd be like, oh my gosh, I saw on your profile that you love hiking. I also love hiking. I'm from, New York. We've got trails all over the place. What's the last trail that you did? How long did it take you to hike it? Did you camp on the trail? Like, you're asking, you're really, really into that topic and you want to learn more about that. Once you get her into conversation, once there's a back and forth kind of going on any topic that you both have some knowledge about, then you're going to be good, honestly. Now, I'm going to give you a little bonus rule for online dating, okay? And this is what's crazy about online dating in general is this. Before online dating, we met people in public, face-to-face, right? You would meet them, and you'd get their phone number, and then you would give them a call, and you'd go on a date. That was kind of the old way. And people still do that now, but online dating is really demanding that we go on online dating to find people. And so that used to be the old style. The new style is to meet people online, but here's what I want you to do is do a little bit of that old school with that new school kind of stuff. You're not going to meet them face-to-face because you're meeting them on the internet, but the first thing you need to do is let's build up some rapport. I like you, you like me. We actually have a decent conversation going on. There's some back and forth here. You're educated. You've got qualities I'm looking for. You look good in your photos. Everything is lined up. Hey, you know what? I really don't want to be on this dating site. I'm not a big fan of it. Do you mind if we exchange phone numbers? Let's talk on the phone. It's a whole lot more personable. and then let's plan some time to meet. Get those ladies off. Ladies, get the gentlemen too. Like, get them off of that platform as fast as possible. Now, for fellas, this is a key piece of information because that girl is probably getting approached by at least 10 to 12 other guys. She's definitely getting a lot of messages in a day. Like, I think the average that I saw was like guys get messaged somewhere between 3 to 5 messages a week on dating sites, and women get somewhere between 10 to 15 a day. So, fellas, you are competing against everybody else on that platform. So if you are trying to get her attention, the first thing you need to do is get her away. Grab her by the hand if you were in a nightclub and walk her away from her friends. You can have that one-on-one conversation. On the online dating, I need your phone number, babe. We got to work on conversation away from all these other dudes that are blowing up your phone. And the other cool thing is you're probably on a mobile app, right? If you're getting her on the phone, she's talking to you and hopefully ignoring those dating sites and really giving you a chance. And that's when you have to shine, boys. Cannot be fake. You have to be who you are on that phone call, have some fun, crack some jokes, be who you really are, because that's what's really going to determine if you're going to be a good match with that person or not. And that's where your confidence is going to come out. And if she clicks on the phone call, then most likely when you ask her for that date, when you go in to close that deal, then you'll probably be successful. So here are my 3 tips for dating online from the Savoir Faire Man and the Savoir Faire podcast. I'm super excited about this new format, this new stuff. Make sure you go over and check us out on YouTube, okay, and follow us. It's going to be Savoir Faire Magazine. That's what you're looking for when you get over there. Look for the Savoir Faire podcast. Hit that subscribe option. Click that bell so you get notifications when new stuff is coming, because we got some super cool interviews coming with some really awesome people in the next couple of weeks and even in the next couple of months. And those interviews, once this thing gets going, boys and girls, this is going to be huge. We're going to put a lot of time, energy, and effort into this podcast. We are coming for you, podcast world, and we want to rank. Have an amazing day. Stay confident. We'll talk soon.
Thank you for listening to the show. Please take a minute to head over to www.savfair.com and subscribe to our publication.